What is up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Look here. In case y'all don't know how this works, I'm going to tell you how it works. What we do is we talk about indie wrestling stuff. And, man, there's just been a lot of great shows going on lately. There's been a hell of a lot of noise going on out there. A bunch of people aren't all enthralled, a bunch of people aren't all enthused, and a bunch of people are just confused. But alas, the way it goes is this. We're going to recap the last two shows of the weekend that we were in attendance at. And by we, I mean me and a bunch of my friends and coworkers, where we've been. We're also going to preview a show coming up this weekend. So, man, we're going to get right into it. I've been sitting here working on stuff, sitting here trying to get things going in the right direction, trying to make sure I get everything covered as best I can. So the other night we were at Friday night, as a matter of fact, Black Mountain, North Carolina. You might have saw the video here. We were live at BattleGrounds. High Velocity Wrestling presents BattleGrounds. We were at Silverado's. Kick-ass venue. It was this place is a ballroom. It's got a concert venue out back. I mean, lights, stage, the whole game. It was all there. They had a dude. They had a dude rigged out in gaff gear because he had to go up and adjust lights or something. I'm like, they got these kind of people on staff. Holy crap, that's nuts. Like I said, we did the best we could with. Man, we were in the mountains, so no, you got to deal what you got to deal with when it comes to cell service up there. But it was still pretty cool because we were able to broadcast live for the most part, and it went pretty good. Let's see who we got in here tonight so far. Thomas Scott, owner of Pro Wrestling Savage, has chimed in. What's up, sir? Sir Cole McAfee, the owner of Pro Wrestling Union, is here. What's happening, Cole? Young Luke Fury is in the house. What's up, man? And Ghazi has arrived. I'm here. Your lives just got better. The radio devil himself is in the house. Man, we've been all over the place. There's been a lot of news going on lately too, man. Apparently the CPW title was stolen out the back of a car, and then there was this video that was there, and it showed Cam Jackson talking to Zay Vega. What is going on here? Like, I just, how we got Cam Jackson in the middle of Charlotte with the CPW title, and he's sitting there, he smacking himself and shit, and I'm like, what is this cat doing? It's a wild video. You need to go to the CPW page and check it out. It's out there, man. It is out there. But like I said, this fake news organization actually put out a story that wasn't fully fake. They brought out the Carolina Independent Wrestling Report. Okay, reestablished, so reinvigorated with noise. Apparently, is the way that's going. But they put out this story talking about how, Cam Jackson's ducking and dodging an opponent, and the championship belt got stolen. So they broke that, and then this video pops up. So we're just trying to figure out what's going on. A champion doesn't just leave a title laying around. Cole, I 100% agree. They're supposed to be worn around your waist. And if you're too big, you throw it over your shoulder and you carry it everywhere, or you do the Ric Flair thing and carry it in your arm like it's a baby. I've even seen people put them in briefcases. I don't understand how you would leave a piece of hardware that nice laying around. Just doesn't make sense to me. But he's, like I say, he's doing some reporting that seems about right. But then you catch this weird crap on here and talking about the Royce estate hiding. Apparently, Brino Royce is hiding. No, buddy, you got to buy a ticket and be at a show where Brino Royce is performing. You got to get out there to see Reno Royce perform. Andy Kaufman wore the intergender title under his clothes. Believe it or not, I was having a conversation about Andy Kaufman and that title on my way to Cole's show on Saturday. I was actually having a conversation about that then. That's weird that you would bring that up. I swear some of his KE slander is ridiculous. Right, Gotti, and you're not even affiliated with King Enterprises. It's just weird to me. It's like he's biased. It's like he's biased. News isn't supposed to be biased. News is supposed to be balanced and even and equal. That's the whole reason I stopped watching news on television back in 2020. I haven't watched the shit since. Refused to watch it. When I'm on here and we're talking, I let everybody know it's my opinion. I give you the facts of what happened, and I give you my perception of what happened. That way, you get, the real story and what I think of the story. It's it's a very interesting thing. Yes, sir. We talked about Andy. Yes, we did, Mr. Thomas Scott. And Luke Fury chimed in. Nobody asked for Ghazi's opinion. Well, that's okay. He's entitled to give his opinion just as much as you are, young Mr. Fury. Ghazi also chimed in to say, Michael and myself have had nice talks, and most of the others as well. Well, there you go. But I don't understand what's up with this cat Larson and what he's doing now. He's got all kinds of weird. At least he's posting results. I'll give him credit for that. He's posting results on stuff. But he goes as far as to say Royce is out of control. Reno Royce was in a match with Kay Holiday. And we've talked about this, and we've talked about this on air. Reno Royce struck him until the ref stopped the fight. I have no idea why you can't see Thomas's comments come up. That is strange. Yeah, that's the other thing. It also depends on Cole Ghazi's right here. It depends on where you're watching from, because if you're seeing it from TRWC or the Saint or Ron Emerson or IVAST LLC or Twitter or Twitch or YouTube, you're going to see one of the different chat rooms. So I guess that's it. Yeah, Gary, I'm guessing that's what it is. Thomas says I only see my comment. Like I say, I guess it depends on where you're watching it from, guys. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, just in the feed. Yeah, that's why, because it's in a different feed on Facebook. So Thomas could be watching on my profile, or maybe he's watching on the Saint, or maybe he's watching on the Real Wrestling Community. I mean, it is what it is. He's watching on one of the pages. But yeah, that's what it boils down to. It's because it's multiple pages and they all have different audiences technically. I guess that's what it is. Yep, that's it. But so like I say, the ref stopped the fight between Brino and Kay Holiday at High Velocity Wrestling Show. What was that one? Inferno. I think I've got a memory, that's about that long. So anyway, he stopped the fight to try to protect Kay. Well, apparently that didn't sit well. I like the idea of ref stoppage. When was the last time you saw a match end by that and it wasn't for a disqualification? It's a fantastic idea. It's a fantastic concept. It's totally different. And the fact that Larson now thinks, oh, he's just too vicious. He's too vile. Would you rather see 101 flippy doos being done on your TV screen? Well, then go watch that. But if you want to see real wrestling and just brutality, you follow me. And I lead you to the shows where you get to see exactly what you want. Now, tonight I am going to do one thing that's a little bit different. I'm actually going to lay out my match of the night for each of the shows that we saw this weekend. Now, this is my opinion based on the style of wrestling I enjoy. So let's be clear with that. That's point number one. The style of wrestling I enjoy. I'm not from the South, so the whole good versus evil and the baby face flare up and all that heat and no, that ain't me. My style of match, if you want to see it televised, go watch Gunther versus Sheamus at Clash of the Castle. Because two dudes beating the brakes off each other, ding, fries are done. That's what I like. I like that for wrestling content. I believe that's where it's at. I prefer stuff like that and technical style, and then we can get more into a little bit of lucha, high flyer, things like that. That's all well and good. But at any rate, we're going to lay this out. So at High Velocity Wrestling at Silverado's, Rampage Jackson was there. So right before wrestling started, there was a line of fans, people getting pictures with Rampage. I was running around like a chick with my head cut off, trying to get the computer set up, hard cam, and all this other stuff. Okay, it's wrestling. It's a fight, not a display moves you can do. Okay, see, I like that. I agree with that, Chase. I see. It's wrestling. It's a fight. And if the ref stopped a fight because you were getting your ass whipped too bad, you would feel the same way. Or if a ref stopped a fight because of how badly you were beating somebody's, ass in. It makes sense. It's logical. But once again, we're talking about Scott Larson, and we're talking about the Carolina Independent Wrestling Report. So we're talking about something that's illogical anyway. But it's okay. I heard he's been trying to reach out to King Enterprises, and he's tried to reach out to me, and we're just trying to stand back and see what he's working with and what he's doing before any decisions are made. So I'm waiting on that. Let's see here. Been harping on how great Walter Gunther was for a few years. People are seeing it now, dude. Oh yeah, you're talking about himself. Yeah, I agreed. I dug watching him in NXT UK. I thought he was fantastic there. The matches with him and Isla Dragunov are probably yet again two of the best matches in the last several years, in my opinion. But let's see here. So, like I say, Rampage was at Battlegrounds, at Silverado's. He did his pictures, his meet and greets, autographs, whatever. We get ready to start the night, and our ring announcer, Ivan M. Righteous, he pulled Rampage up and said, "Hey man, how long you been doing this?" He said, "I've been beating people's asses for 22 years." And I was like, there's no way Rampage is getting in this ring. But I'm sitting there, and even I didn't know what was going on. So we're sitting there getting everything fired up, make sure we're online for everybody to see as best we can. Did pretty good numbers, by the way. Got several hundred views out of that video. So Gary and High Velocity, thank you. That was fantastic work, and hopefully we get some more light shed to the High Velocity Wrestling page for that one. Get some more people tuning in and interested in buying tickets. First match of the night, John Matthews versus Thomas Extreme. Now, I'm sitting there doing commentary. You got two ring announcers doing commentary together. Let's put that in perspective, number one, because I'm sure I was the drizzling shits, but I had a great time. So, and it was funny and fun. When you make the camera guy pop, and you make the ref pop, and you make your co-host pop, you've done something in the night. So I'm good. I don't care. I thought it was funny. Anybody out there, if they were laughing and thought it was funny, cool. If not, you still tuned in, so thank you. But I know Thomas Extreme. I've been seeing Thomas Extreme wrestle for the last several months. And I've been seeing Matthews wrestle for the last year or so. Thomas Extreme is a deathmatch guy. He's a hardcore guy. Extreme fits his name. the dude's insane. But I couldn't believe it, man. Matthews got the best of him in that one. Matthews beat him 1, 2, 3, man. And I was like, well, that's not what I was expecting, because I was expecting to see Thomas Extreme take that punishment, take that beating, and just wait until Matthews was gassed and then capitalize on him. That's the exact line I had printed in my head for what was going to happen in that match. And I was wrong. Thomas couldn't endure the punishment that John Matthews put out. I think a rematch needs to happen somewhere down the line. Maybe not even if it happens at high velocity, fantastic. If it happens anywhere else, cool. I still want to see it because it was worth seeing. Part 1, part 2, or 3 would still be good. So just there's one to keep in your hat for later on down the line. You had Ghazi defeated Luke Fury and Rexton Andrews. Now, originally, this was supposed to be, as you guys saw last week, this was supposed to be Ghazi and Luke Fury going at it. And Rexton Andrews got added in to this match. Which, okay, cool. Rexton Andrews is an up-and-coming young man. He's a pretty good fella. From what I know of him, seems to be pretty solid in the ring. Right on, let's go. Dude took the majority of the punishment all night long. What freaked me the hell out was, I believe, Ghazi, one of the two of them, either Ghazi or Luke Fury, one of them dove out the ring right beside us. This is gravel outside, folks. There's no gym mats. It's no gym floor. It's not clean concrete. It's not wood. It's gravel. There's no good way to land it. Well, these psychos are diving through the top and middle rope. That's their line of sight on this. Well, all of a sudden, one of them's, I can't remember if it was Ghazi or if it was Luke. It was you at Ghazi? Yeah, you both jumped. I know it was both of you that jumped. But I'm saying one of you, your knee pad got hung up, or your kick pad got hung up in the rope on your way out. And I sure as hell knew that I was getting ready to throw the table, throw somebody out of my way, and try to get over there to check on somebody. I knew it. But whoever was out there got hit, and, that's all that mattered. I'm a big believer in safety, guys. And the match was insane. Everybody tore the house down. And Ghazi found a chair. Triple threat rules. It got out of hand. But Ghazi came away with the win. He pinned Axton. What the hell did I say that kid's name was? Rexton Andrews. That's it. Rexton Andrews. I keep wanting to say Axton for some reason, but I think that's another. I know another wrestler named Axton. That's what's messing me up. But anyway, but he got the pin on Rexton Andrews. I believe Luke Fury was thrown outside the ring when that occurred. But either way, man, just that was a crazy match. Nothing wrong with that. AJ Frost was to take on Zay Vega. Well, as the match is about to get underway, music hits. It's Jasmine Howe, the Dragon of Malice, has decided to show up. Once again, her opponent, this time, Jada Stone, who we know from Impact Wrestling, didn't make it. So that's 4, count them, 4 women who have bailed out on a match against that girl. 4 women have bailed out on a match with that one woman. Y'all kidding me here? Are you kidding me? They must know something already. I'm telling you what I know, dude. That cat, she is bad news. She is awesome. I love watching her work. She's as violent as they come. And she went toe-to-toe with Zay Vega and AJ Frost. And when I say that there was no pulling punches. There was no pulling punches. There was more than one occasion where Ivan M. Righteous sit there with his jaw dropped. He said, he hit her right in the mouth. Well, yeah, what do you expect? She's in a wrestling match in a wrestling ring. She wants to wrestle with the men. She can get hit like one. I guess that's how it goes. I'm not a fan of the intergender stuff whatsoever. I think it's ludicrous. I prefer seeing talented women working talented women and talented men working talented men. But alas, here we are. So that was definitely a first. Um, I think it was even a first for high velocity, in my opinion. I may be wrong in there, and Gary, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that was the first time you've ever had an intergender matchup like that. And she's a badass. AJ Frost pulled out the dub, man. AJ Frost got it done on Zay Vega after, I believe, Jasmine Howe hit her finisher. AJ chucked her outside. 1, 2, 3. It was. Yep. First ever. First ever, yes. There it is, man. And see, look, you can see the picture right here, ladies and gentlemen. Gary with Rampage right there. Dude, that guy's huge. Man, when he walked past the table, I was like, holy crap, is the sun setting or what? He's freaking wide. He is a big dude. You could tell the dude is a badass. No wonder he beat Chuck Liddell. I mean, damn. But let's see here. What was the next match after that triple threat? We had Jake Jacobs go up against Rob Killjoy. Two veterans of the ring. Jake Jacobs is in the best shape of his career. And Rob Killjoy has been on a tear this year. So I went into this expecting everything but the kitchen sink to be thrown at me. And it was. Fantastic match from bell to bell. Jake Jacob looks phenomenal. His new gear is fantastic. And his in-ring work, you can tell he's as sharp as ever. Rob Killjoy doesn't give a damn who he's in the ring with. He's going to have a good time and he's going to punish you. And he did just that. Unfortunately for Rob Killjoy, Jake Jacobs did secure the W, but it was a fantastic match from them too. No doubt about it. The main event for this show, High Velocity Wrestling Battlegrounds, was the New Age Villains versus the Black Society. Yet again, got out of hand. People from the venue started getting involved and pulling chairs and stuff away because they thought things were going to get broken and destroyed, which with them four in the ring, it's no surprise to me that things would have gotten messed up. But alas, here we are. Those four men beat the ever-living shit out of each other. There's no other way to splice it. There's no other way to say it. But those four men laid it all out there. They put it all out there, and it was all on the line at Battlegrounds. And the New Age Villains won. They took it out on, Ryan Mantis and Lazarus Black. I really do believe that was my match of the night. That main event was something special. People know how good NAV are. Okay, these guys have been around a while. They've worked all over the place, Tennessee and School of Morton and them, in the Carolinas. They've been to Georgia, God knows where else. People don't know how good the Black Society is. And they got to see it Friday night. So, in my opinion, match of the night was the main event where you had the Black Society, unfortunately for them, taking the loss to NAV. And let's see here, catch up on comments. Jake Jacobs is awesome. Yes, Tiffany, he is awesome. I'll do the second ever. Give me Millie McKenzie. Don't know who that is, but okay. And Tiffany, just to touch on this, I'm going to say this on a outside of the wrestling bubble level. So pull that curtain back. The dude's a stand-up guy when it comes to even doing his, some charity work or what have you. I've seen him at a kid's birthday party, just being there just to be there for the kid. You know what I'm saying? So Jake Jacobs, he's a real one, my opinion. But that was your wrap up of high velocity wrestling. Thank you, Ron. Oh, don't mention it, sir. I was happy to be there. Happy to put the content out, man. I can't wait to see what the future holds for high velocity wrestling. And I know at this time we're still looking at Fearless on the 29th of October. I'll show the flyer later on tonight. Moving on now, we are going to talk about the Pro Wrestling Union second annual Ray Bitt Barber Memorial Parade of Champions. This show was stacked. There's no doubt about it. The crowd, the in-ring work, everything and everybody delivered. It was yet again, guys, I can't express to anybody out there enough. Do you know how many wrestling shows I see in a month? See a lot. I got to work for, in my opinion, the two best running shows in this region right now that are consistently running. The two best consistently going shows that I've got to see and work with in one weekend. When you stack cards the way these guys stack cards, you're going to have loud ass, rowdy ass crowds. And they did. So I hope everybody out there is paying attention. I hope everybody gets to see stacked cards. If you hear me say a card is stacked, that's the next event you want to try to be at. Because there's no bullshit about it. But so started off the night. I'm in the ring. We introduced the Union County JROTC. Fix this. You need to fix that from I was the to I am always the. And then you'll be correct, Tiffany Childers. You are always the loud one. And you had to be sitting behind people that you didn't know who you were sitting behind. You sat behind my family, the family of the camera guy, and the third one you're going to love. You sat behind the guy who's behind the Carolina Independent Wrestling Awards Association. I swear to God, that girl's going to make me drink. Not on air. I don't feel like drinking on air tonight. So it won't be tonight. But at any rate. Let's see here. We had the Union County High School JROTC program up to present the flag, and we did the national anthem. Then Cole McAfee comes to the ring. Much to the chagrin of people in the back, Matty G was named your new general manager for Pro Wrestling Union. So I'm like, well, cool. That's great. Matty G's a good guy. Matty G's level-headed and fair, and it makes a lot of sense. And there is a lot of people who end up in weird roles and weird positions in wrestling who don't need to be there. But with that in mind, I'm telling you that they need to have a fairness in them and a fairness here as well, and be able to think logically. Matty G checks every box on that card, so that's fantastic. Ghazi chimed in and said, I'm sure he'll do great. I can already tell you he did great. And I'm getting to why next. So, the tag team champions for Pro Wrestling Union, the Heart Killers, came out and started immediately getting in the face of personnel. So you had the owner Cole, the GM Matty G, and me, the ring announcer, in the ring. Well, they plaster me with their belts into the corner. So I'm standing in the corner with these straps, and I'm like, what the hell am I doing here? They're talking amongst themselves, and then they shove Matty G. Well, Matty G had enough. He shoved back and put Chris Vallow on his ass. And here we go. Well, next thing, we're trying to break up a fight in the ring. So I'm grabbing a hold of Matty G. Cole's got both of the Heart Killers. All right, calm this down. Next thing you know, here comes the Heart Killers' opponent for the night. All Worm, No Soul. What a fantastic matchup. Yet again, not All Worm, No Soul is not my style, but damn it, are they good to watch and entertaining to watch in the ring. No bones about it. How Joey Ford and Brady Collins are not in Orlando right now doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand that, because in my book, they should be there already. And they're not the only tag team of the night I'm going to say that about. Stay tuned because you'll see it. But, the Heart Killers did their dastardly tactics and they came out with the dub. Well, there's always another chance for that to happen. Next up, called out to the ring, Don Furio. So we're standing in the ring. Don Furio's match. The ref is there. All of a sudden, Randy Wayne's music hits. I introduce Randy Wayne, but Randy Wayne doesn't show up. Well, what the hell? I had no clue. Randy Wayne's truck was seen outside earlier. Randy Wayne was seen in the back earlier. He came in the back. He must have left out the back too. I don't know where the hell he was, but he no-showed the match. Cole comes out and says, hey, man, he's gone. I'm like, what the hell do you mean he's gone? His truck's not in the parking lot. What do you mean his truck's not in the parking lot? He was here. Where is he now? Nobody get a hold of him, can't get him on the phone. Well, Matty G comes in and talks to Don Furio. Furio says, well, I'm here to fight, so find me an opponent. By all means. Later, and Don Furio also got a victory over Randy Wayne because of Randy Wayne failed to answer the 10 count. So Randy Wayne forfeited that match. Let's see here. Cam Jackson defeated Buggy Wright. Veteran, newer guy. Two styles that are bipolar opposite yet again. Fantastic matchup. I love this match. Cam Jackson is another one who should have been signed. And I said this to Gabe Zapolsky last night. As a matter of fact, I said this to Gabe Zapolsky himself. If you don't know who he is, go look him up and figure it out. Get educated. I said it to Gabe Zapolsky last night. Cam Jackson should have been signed 5 years ago. I went back and looked at the work. He should have been signed 5 years ago. He was that good then, and he's that damn good now. Bar none. And people who don't realize it, you're sleeping and you're smoking something. And you should stop it because that's not good for your health. And it's not doing you any favors in coming to logical conclusions. Cam Jackson should have been signed 5 years ago. No bullshit. But Matty G came out, found Don Furio an opponent. Bebop. This match had everything about it. And this was my match of the night. Was Don Furio and Bebop. Now, a lot of people are going to be confused as to why. The reality of the matter is Bebop and Furio both could be developmental talent for a major player tomorrow. They have timing, they have cadence, they have good attitudes, positive personalities. And they are, by and large, two of the best talent in the Carolina region. Do you see a look of bullshit on my face? Because there isn't one. I say what I mean what I say. Don Furio and Bebop are ready. And anybody who's not taking advantage of booking them now, you're mistaken. That's all there is to it. Both of them are fantastic workers. That match gave the fans everything they could want. It was back and forth. Nobody had any idea how it was going to go. I don't look at anything, so I didn't know how it was going to go. I just knew I was going to be entertained, and I damn sure was right. So, cheers to Don Furio and Bebop. Fantastic match. My match of the night for the Parade of Champions show. Now, this was a hell of a stacked card. We had the Sovereign, which is the tag team from King Enterprises, Reno Royce, and Luca Daniels. Yet again, if you don't see these guys on your TV in short order, I'm going to be surprised. Versus a team that should have been on your TV already in the Heat Seekers. The Heat Seekers are 4-time NWA Tag Team Champions. Yes, the NWA is still around and is still a thing and it still does things. So, if you're not paying attention, you should. Fantastic match from front to back. Of course, the Heat Seekers got the W over Brino and Luca. The kicker with this is that after the match, the Heart Killers came out and tried to start something. So the Heart Killers versus the Heat Seekers, the current champions versus a team that didn't lose their titles. I smell money. I really do. Because I think that right there, that's going to be a hell of a contest. When it happens, if it happens down the line. But for right now, I think that's the in general direction I want to see it go. If you look at the Heart Killers running in, what business did they have running into that match or getting involved? They really didn't. Why would they? Unless they had a point to prove. They got something to prove, apparently. But they're the champions. What do they got left to prove? I'm sensing something here. Maybe they're jealous. Maybe they're jealous of the Heat Seekers and the amount of success that they've had. But it was a hell of a good contest. It was a great match. See here. Had for the interim Pro Wrestling Union Heavyweight Championship, Drew Hood defeated Peterbilt. Now, Peterbilt is a hell of an up-and-coming athlete, professional bodybuilder at one point, or he is still, under the tutelage of Lodi. The kid's got it. The kid's got everything. He's got the look, fantastic work in the ring. His cadence is there. His timing's there. I enjoy watching the guy. He's a genuine nice guy. We had him on the show last week as well, I believe. Just a good dude. Versus Drew Hood, the Prince of Sports Entertainment, DH and HD. Drew Hood in high demand. Well, the leader of the BYA hype train himself, man, he got crowned with that Pro Wrestling Union interim title. It's the brand new belt. Now, you know, somewhere down the line, he's going to have to deal with Chase Emery. Really is. But there's a couple speed bumps on the way for him there. On September the 24th, he'll be going up against Lodi at the Classic Pro Wrestling Takeover event, being hosted by AWL and Pro Wrestling Union. It's being hosted at the AWL Arena, the Welford Pavilion, right there in Welford, South Carolina. Guys, it's going to be a fantastic show. Let's see here. Drew Hood, yet again, another guy that I can't believe we're not watching on television yet. He's honestly one of my top 7, top 10 picks for guys that should be on TV already. And, you know, don't look at me like I'm clout chasing. I'm telling you that I know enough wrestling and I've seen enough wrestling to know that works, that looks right, and that should be on TV. I understand enough of it to tell you that much. I might not be good at too much else in this life, but I'm pretty good at that. And the main event of the evening was Black Cat himself, Union County's own Dion Johnson, defeated Zuka King to retain the Carolinas Championship. The reaction that crowd let loose during me introducing him was insane. Then you had Casino get in at the end. I mean, because Cam Jackson ran out and attacked him after he beat Zuka. You had Zuka and Cam, like I say, they was on top of Dion. They were beating his ass. They were giving him everything, just trying to get him down. Well, sure enough, the way it all went out from there was now we've got to deal with now you got to deal with Casino getting in. So this dude Casino, who I thought he was a boxer, by the way he stood and how jacked he was, like this guy's a boxer. If that's a prize fighter, he hits you, dog. You need a visit to the dentist because you're gonna have some teeth missing or knocked loose. You may want to get them out before you go to the bathroom next time. It won't be pleasant them coming out the back end. Old boy was built like a brick shithouse. I really was like, oh my god. But dude, it was a great matchup. Tiffany Childers said that was an awesome match, and that was your match of the night. Okay, that's fair enough. But so once again, great job. Huge props to Pro Wrestling Union and High Velocity Wrestling. Gary, Cole, thank you for having me. It was a great show. I loved it. I love working with you guys. Man. So now we're going to move on to the second segment of this show. We're getting ready to fire up this video real quick that we're going to watch, and we're going to watch it together. And then we will, and then we're going to move on. We got a special guest joining us here in just a moment. So allow me to pop this video in for you guys, and we will go from there. Give me 1 second, folks, while I get this pulled up. I already had it ready. We just got to hit this button. Here we go. Folks, if you couldn't hear the video, I'm sorry, but I will share it on my socials momentarily. So my bad. I tried to get it to play. I could hear it, so I don't know how or why anybody else couldn't. But at any rate, like I said, I will be sure to get you guys that video. It's on my socials already, and if it's, I will actually go ahead and share it right now so you can see it later on. The volume wasn't muted, bro. The volume was on my screen. But at any rate, I'll share it on my socials. You guys can check it out momentarily. But at this time, allow me to bring my guest for the evening in, Mr. Thomas Scott. How you doing, sir?
Hey, how you doing, Ron?
Oh, it's another day in paradise. You know how it goes.
Yeah, I know how it goes, man. I see it all the time.
Right? So, the rebirth of Titan.
Yep.
So Titan Wrestling is coming back.
Yes, it is. It's very much coming back. The Pro Wrestling Savage, it's doing good. But Titan has been my baby for 3 years.
Okay.
And I shut it down because of health reasons. And it's time to bring it back.
Okay.
So
now, your video on this side is frozen, but your audio is coming through crystal clear. So,
okay. Well,
but yeah. So there's going to be two different companies run. You're going to have Savage and you're going to have Titan. What
yes.
are the differences going to be here?
Well, the difference is going to be is okay, back when I was a kid, we used to watch Saturday morning wrestling.
Right.
So that's going to be more the Pro Wrestling Savage. It's going to be kid or family friendly, kid entertaining shows. Titan is going to be a little edgier. Titan's going to be more of an adult NC or I want to say PG-13 rating.
Okay.
Instead of a G rating. One of the other things that I'm doing is Pro Wrestling Savage is going to be done all charities.
Right
That
on.
means I'm going to and it's always for children. You know, you see what I've done in the past. I've done stuff where I did book bag drives and things like that. Needy children. So I'm going to continue doing that, and that's going to be a show constantly. All children are free at these shows at Pro Wrestling, and the parents are only charged $5 to come in.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and that's mainly what that is. Now the Titan side is the more serious side. The more, hey, we're going to do really big shows.
Okay.
We're going to be bringing in names. We're going to be bringing in a lot of talent that I've been wanting to do for a long time. And anybody that knows me in this business will tell you I'm hard-headed and I will not quit until I do what I want to do.
Right on.
Mm-hmm. So with that, we're going to unveil Titan Wrestling Saturday.
That is right. This Saturday at the
Speedway
charity show.
Yeah, Speedway Harley Davidson.
Right. Let me see here. I know I've got the new flyer here. Give me just 1 second. I just got to get it pulled back up. But I've got the new flyer. That was printed, and this flyer alone is pretty badass. Just waiting on it to load. I hope everybody out there is not having any connection issues like I am this evening.
Hey, Ron, I even turned my phone sideways so that way you do it the way you like it.
Right, and it's still acting up. It's crazy. But it is what it is. Let's see. Oh, that did not do it. Hell. Either way, so go ahead and lay out some of the card that you've got going on for the Speedway show.
Well, I figured I would go ahead and lay it all out to you because I got some surprises for you that you didn't even know yet.
Okay.
First match, Cam Jackson versus Sweet Dreams.
All right, then. I like that one.
Second match, Zay Vega and Jordan Holt versus Whiskey Business. Johnny Ryder and Braden Marshall. Third match, Brino Royce versus Peterbilt. Fourth match, we have Terra Kings versus the Black Society. Fifth match, Tim Hunter versus High Performance. And the very last match, the sixth, I'm climbing back in the ring one last time.
Okay.
Brian Thrill.
You and Brian Thrill.
Yep.
Right on.
Brian Thrill I've known for 20 years. And the reason I know him is I taught him. I helped train him.
Hell yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and we're expecting anywhere between 250 to 1,000 bikers.
Right. That's coming up this weekend at Speedway Harley Davidson in Concord, North Carolina.
Yeah. That new flyer's off the chain, right?
It is. The problem is, believe it or not, Facebook is what is glitching tonight. Everything else is running perfect.
Yeah.
I have checked and rechecked everything else. It is Facebook only that is giving me a fit right now.
Oh, okay.
So I can't get any of the images to download off of it because I can't even get Facebook to load up.
Yeah.
But either way, and it's surprisingly it's not this dinosaur of a computer I'm running either. But so you laid it out there. The Terror Kings and the Black Society
Yep.
is going to be brutal.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're talking about deathmatch people that love death matches.
Yeah. Well, they're not going to do a death match, but it's going to be brutal.
I'm fairly confident that it's going to be brutal.
I've been in the
and
ring
you
with
said
all of them, so I know exactly what they're about to get into.
right now. You said, did I hear you correctly when you said you had Brino Royce and Peterbilt
versus Peterbilt?
All right, then that's got my attention because like I say, I just saw Peterbilt going for a heavyweight title.
Mm-hmm.
And Brino's coming off of doing a ref stoppage because he beat his opponent so bad.
Yeah, I think he's going to have a problem with Peterbilt on that one.
We'll find out. I can tell you one thing: Peterbilt's a big guy, but I mean, you know how Brino is.
Mm-hmm. I'm a fan of both, and I'm interested to see the outcome of this.
Oh, you and me both. I'm very interested to see this.
The coolest thing about this show is the bikers are involved. They're coming. I mean, you're going to have chairman of the board, a live band right after us.
Right.
You're going to have a ride. You're going to have breakfast. You're going to have lunch. You're going to have the loudest pipe contest and wrestling. You got two of my favorites right at once. You got motorcycles and wrestling. I mean, how much more? It's Harley Davidson's.
Oh, I mean, that's going to be badass. Now, all right, I got to fix this. Brino Royce is just a bully. Look, fake news broadcasting has decided to grace their presence on my show.
Mm-hmm.
This guy.
Oh, by the way,
Brino's,
I do want to say one thing.
what's that?
Zay Vega today, lost something very dear to him. And I want to tell him on here, brother, my prayers are with you. I talked to him today, and you know, he wants to wrestle, so he's going to wrestle. That kid has more heart than 9 out of 10 wrestlers.
Yet again, it's another dude that I can seriously see on television in the next 3 to 5 years.
Yep.
He's a talented young guy. He's smart. He treats everybody with respect. He's a solid dude. I like watching Zay Vega work.
Yeah, I love Zay. He's a great guy. He actually lives down the street from me, and he's one of those kids that I've watched grown for the past 2 years. So, you know, my prayers are with you, dude.
Yep, definitely. You know, prayers up for anybody out there still watching. You know, either send a prayer or send a thoughts to your whatever higher power you recognize. If none, then send just positive vibes his way.
Exactly. Now, I want to say this. The whole reason for this show is 3 young men that worked at Harley Davidson, who I was a friend of. One of them was killed right before Mother's Day in a motorcycle accident.
Dang.
3. Now, Taylor was buried actually on Mother's Day. So when his mother asked me to wrestle, I can't say no.
Right. And then one of them was actually the guy who sold you your bike, right?
Yeah, it was him.
Oh, okay.
And the thing that gets me is, you know, I'm going to hear some flack. Well, Dizzy never retires. He always comes back. Thomas Grimm's always. Okay, but if you was in my shoes, you'd do the same.
You know what, Thomas, I'm going to tell you this. It's okay because you and Scott can have the contest for whoever retires the most. It's okay. Because Scott Larson retires every 20 seconds from podcasting and wrestling. So it'll be okay.
I only do it once a year.
Okay, you do it once a year. Okay, well, see, then, you know, I guess he's going for Ric Flair numbers. I don't know.
I don't know. And, you know, I had no plans in coming back, but when I was asked, I did.
Right.
And I'll tell you what people don't realize, too. Don't count me out because I'm 54 years old. I'm still in the gym every day. I was at 324 pounds when I retired from wrestling in June. I'm 256 pounds now.
Damn, right on.
I'm working my cardio, and I still got it. And you can ask Lazarus Black. He's been in the ring with me. He done hardcore with me. He didn't fare so well. He lost. So, Brian, you got somebody to look for. I taught you a lot, but I didn't teach you everything, my friend.
Man, be sure somebody tags Brian Thrill because I have no clue who he is yet. I'm sure I'll get to meet him this weekend. Now, let's see.
Had the turnbuckle tattoo on the back of his neck.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, I did meet the guy. Okay. Man, dude, he was pretty pissy in that match I saw him in.
Yeah.
He was pretty rough.
You think he can match my strength?
No, I saw you pick up the corner of the ring by yourself.
A fully dressed ring.
I know. I was standing there. I was like, what the fuck is Dizzy doing? No, you just had to get Bobby Fulton, George South, me, and a couple other people yelling at you for being dumb.
Yeah.
Because we all thought it was stupid. You should have had more people right there trying to help.
But it had to be moved. Are you there? Ron.
Hell, I don't know. All right, then. Let's see here. This is not MMA. It's wrestling, just like you're a fake podcast. Well, if anybody in here would know anything about fake, it'd be you, Larson.
I think I'm about to book that match. Scott Larson versus Ron Emerson.
Oh, great. That's all you need is two disabled bastards in the ring smacking each other. That's good job. See here. There's been ref stoppage before Brino in wrestling. I'm sure there'll be more after. Oh yeah, there has. See, even Ghazi, who this young kid Larson has got more intelligence than you do about professional wrestling because he's seen it before.
Well, I mean, we can't really talk too much of intelligence about Ghazi. He challenged me to hardcore.
That's so. Intelligence is one thing, and then you also have to think of it like this: you being a hardcore guy from the past, him being a hardcore guy from the current, and he wants to see where he can test his metal at. That
Well,
makes sense to me.
okay, he can test his metal, but I can go get medieval on his ass too.
That's why I'll never be hashtag truth. I don't know Brian Thrill. I didn't want to be hashtag truth. I just happen to have more fact on my show than you do. They should have named your show hashtag false.
Hey, there was a guy that actually had a show called hashtag Butthurt.
I don't know who the first guest would have been, him or some of these wrestlers out there.
Yeah, I don't get butthurt. I just don't give a shit.
Exactly. You got to care to be involved in that. You know what I always tell people? I always tell people it's a feeling. It'll go away.
Here's the thing. If I do decide to come back to wrestling, it's not going to be the fan guy that everybody loves. I'm going to be me.
Well, there you go.
I'm tired of being the nice guy.
Ghazi said, genius and insanity are a fine line. I skip over it on a daily basis. I'll bring the light tubes if you bring the thumbtacks, Thomas. Jesus Christ.
Boy, I'll tell you what, Ghazi, get somebody to book it. I'll book it. I'll get it booked. Me and you, Devil's Playground. Devil's Playground, let me explain to you this match.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That means nothing but boards. There's no canvas. There's no padding. Boards laced with thumbtacks, ring wrapped in barbed wire. Light tubes, Legos, flaming tables. Let's go, boy. And I guarantee you, I'm going to go home that night. Are you, buddy?
What venue can handle that? I don't know of any venue that has the insurance.
You've seen $1 million worth of insurance. I don't care.
Yeah, but what venue is gonna handle that? It's not the wrestling companies. Wrestling companies do it. What venue in their right mind would allow that to occur?
Oh, I can find one.
Right on.
Twisted and demented, and I can do it.
Ozzy said, "Stop! You had me at boards." And I doubt either of us will go home.
Oh, I'm going home, bud. Matter of fact, I'm going to ride a Harley right out of there.
Good Lord. Kid, you keep knocking on the devil's door. Soon enough, somebody going to answer you.
And what you might need to do, Ghazi, is go look back at the APW tapes. Look at the crazies. Look at Rage Davidson and the Psycho and see if you remember anybody.
See here. I respect you, Ghazi. Unlike Brino Royce, at least you understand what a stipulation match is, not MMA. Is that your go-to for this? You want to call it MMA? Considering the fact here, Mr. Larson, seeing as you're uneducated as shit, you've got Brino Royce, who was a amateur wrestler, trained jiu-jitsu, and trained in Muay Thai. Yet he's decided to grace professional wrestling with his presence. And instead of celebrating a multifaceted athlete who can go, you just want to diminish the motherfucker. I don't get it. I don't understand this. I'm interested to see if King Enterprises even replies to your request at coming on air. Because we heard that you were trying to get this deal set up with Michael King and King Enterprises.
Hey.
Now, I even stayed out of this. I was like, hey, look, you want to go on a second-rate show? Be my guest. That's fine. If you need me to, I'll even step in. But at that rate, I just don't know.
Hey, Ron.
Yes.
If he like Brino at his MMA, Brino's kind of got a lot of similarities with me.
Really?
Yeah, I was an amateur wrestling in high school, Kentucky State champion, matter of fact. I am a master of Sambo and a 4th degree black belt in Aikido. I was trained by Nelson Royal for the NWA. I was trained with Ken Shamrock, Papa Stroh, and Sam Houston. I'm about to unleash a whole new line of Grim.
Man.
I've been holding back.
I'm here for it.
It's time.
I'm here for it.
And not to mention,
I'll have a cigar waiting for you when the match is over.
Not to mention, the biggest thing is I have fought K1.
Do what?
I fought K1 down in Florida.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I'm the dude that they used to bet on to fight. And if you don't believe me, check Charlotte Mecklenburg's police record on me. They can tell you, I love to fight. It took 18 of them to get me in a car one night. If you want to, guys want to talk about my past and this and that, hey, I'll tell you my past. Yeah, I was in jail. I beat up a cop. Yeah, I used to be that dude. And you know what? I found some solidarity. My thing is, I don't got to beat up cops. I just got to climb in the ring.
You got to get it out some way or another.
Because I'll tell you, I've been real edgy. And Ron, you've known me and you've talked about it why I'm edgy for the past month.
Yeah.
I've had more going on in my life and built up all this aggression. It's about to come out.
Man, I'd hate to be on the other side of that ring.
Because all this power, all this knowledge of what I know is going to come out.
Matter of fact, I think I'm going to do the announcements for your match outside the ring. Just to be sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. Amateur thug and numbers runners. Brino Royce. Numbers runners. You're right. He does run numbers. He runs numbers up. There's this thing called ratings. You'll figure it out eventually. Let's see here. You know which people I've knocked on the door of? Still coming for 1,000 deaths, and he will see Mil Muertes soon. Muertes. I forget how to pronounce his name.
Mil Muertes.
Yeah.
Deaths.
Yep, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Ghazi's going to be going up against him.
Ghazi. I'm very fucking intelligent, first of all. Very. I speak 3 languages. I play piano, and in my spare time, I sing. But what I love more than anything is destroying a new kid that thinks that they know everything. If you want it, you can call me back out. I will climb in the ring for you, buddy.
There you go. Let's see here. Thomas Scott knows more in his pinky than all of King Enterprises combined. Take notes, Saint. Well, he's on my show. I sit under the learning tree on a weekly basis from Thomas Scott, Gary Benfield, Cole McAfee, Jimmy Ward, and a plethora of other people that I have conversations with. All I do is learn from these guys. Or Scott Larson, maybe you should have taken notes. Maybe you'd be further along in this.
Here's the thing. Been talking a little bit to a few of the King Enterprises guys. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay, well, there's that. Let's see. Ghazi said, I never said you weren't intelligent. Don't put that in my mouth. You're clearly smarter than the guy who doesn't know how ref stoppage works. Still have brown nose when it comes to Brino Royce, ain't? No, the difference is, Larson, Brino Royce, game recognizes game. Talent sees talent. We know how this works. Larson trying to start problems where none exist. Michael King, you got that hit on the head. The guy's talking out of his ass. He's trying to get ratings off of us. Do you believe this?
Matter of fact, Michael King, give me a call after the show.
Oh, hell. Business is about to pick up. Wait a minute. I'm here. It normally does. Does that ever happen with Larson? I don't know. I don't think so.
Hey, I like both of you, man.
Oh, I understand that. I understand that you do.
But
he's got a bug up his ass or something. I don't know. He's been cranky lately.
But I am psychotic.
Oh, this is true. Michael King said, done. So Michael King will be giving you a call after the show. Man, I am excited for this weekend. I can't wait for the show at Harley.
Man, I'm telling you what, this is something that is close to my heart. And I found out they did the checks and they looked back. Titan Wrestling is the very first promotion to ever wrestle at a Harley dealership.
That's company-wide.
Company-wide. Now, they had wrestling, but they didn't count that.
They had what?
The dwarf wrestling.
Oh, okay.
They didn't count that. They counted full live wrestling shows.
I don't know why they wouldn't count that, though. It's wrestling.
They said it was a 10 by 10 ring, so we're using full size stuff.
Oh, man. That's funny as hell.
I'm kidding, man. You know what? I've got some friends that are actually out there that are dwarfs that wrestle, and I love them to death.
Man, you know, it's one of those things where I've never been able to find a show going on.
Oh, man, they do them in Charlotte a lot. Hey, I'll tell you what, next one, me and you will go, Ron.
All right, we'll have to check into that. I got to check my calendar, but definitely it'd be something I'm into.
I think business is about to pick up for me, too, so there's a lot of other stuff that I'm going to keep under my hat that's going to be happening big at the first of the year. There's going to be kind of a merger going on with Titan Wrestling, but I'm going to keep that under my hat.
Okay. Yes. Keep everything you're not ready to release out there, man. Anything you're ready to release, you can release it right here.
Yeah. And, you know, the thing is I'm 54, but I've still got some more time in. I can still go.
You can. I agree. I agreed when I saw your retirement match with Thomas Extreme.
And I'm going to tell you what, that kid's brutal.
I made mention of that earlier because he went up against John Matthews.
Yeah, I was shocked about that. I watched that. I was really shocked. But I'm going to tell you, Thomas Extreme can go longer than anybody I've ever worked.
He's got a gas tank like that?
Yeah. He is actually, I'm telling you, man, they call him the king of cardio for a reason.
Right on.
I mean, I was glad I lasted, 18 minutes with him?
Man, I don't know. You could go back and watch the footage. It's on here.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus, I'm telling you, that was the worst 18 minutes of my life.
Damn.
And I was 324 pounds at that time.
Scott Larson said, "Here we go, Michael King, the wannabe Plato of wrestling." Jeez. Scott Larson then said, "I'm out. Good luck on this train wreck, Thomas Scott." Train wreck. Wait, hold on. Scott, I finally had a show like yours. Internet failure and video connection problems.
I love you, Scott.
Jesus. This was a ode to the hashtag false out there. Plagued with some weird video issues and internet stoppage.
Yeah.
But at any rate, man, it has been one hell of a show. Oh wait, now look, guys said, well, at least now that he's gone, we can have a chat of intelligence. See, Gazi's not a dumb kid. He's just got a death wish.
Yeah, a serious one. He needs to go back and watch Lazarus Black, and then think about me. I beat Lazarus Black in a hardcore match.
Oh, those two were chatting backstage at the High Velocity show, and I guarantee you. Oh no, it was beforehand. We were having a conversation out there. It was the three of us, and I'm like, "Look, Gazi, I respect you and everything. You don't want to do this." And Lazarus is just standing there grinning like, "Oh, he wants me in a death match? Bro, we need to talk about that, and we need to really consider the options here, because I don't know if you want to do this."
Well, you got to realize, in mine and Lazarus match, we had everything. We had kendo sticks, chairs, tacks, even bubbles. I mean, how that fit in? I even came to the ring with a 75-pound sledgehammer.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and we worked, and the poor referee, he didn't like the ending at all. After I pinned Laz, I wasn't done, so the referee forgot to raise my hand, so I shot him in the nuts with a taser.
Oh my God. The referee wouldn't raise your hand, so you hit the ref in the nuts with the taser.
He'll never forget to raise my hand again.
I guess not. He probably also won't be able to reproduce.
Well, he's already.
That's probably a good thing, though, in this area.
Late. I mean, he'd already had 3 kids.
Oh, well. Can't all be winners. Let's see here. Michael King said, Thomas Extreme has my utmost respect. He brings the energy to the locker room rather than relying on the locker room to provide the energy. This is true.
As a promoter, now this is the promoter, Thomas Scott, speaking about Thomas Extreme.
Okay.
That guy is the most humble, the hardest working guy I've ever met. When I like my last show, Ron, I had 5 legends there.
Right. I
was at that venue at 9 a.m. The ring was there at 10 a.m. Thomas Extreme was there at 10:05. He helped me put together that ring, put up the chairs, went and did his match, and then come back at the end of the night and stayed with me until everything was put up and I left.
Yeah, I was still there too. So
these guys out here, they need to learn from Thomas Extreme on how to wrestle.
Wait, was that the show for the Book Bag Drive, or are you talking about a different show?
Book Bag Drive.
Okay, yeah, that I was there. Yeah.
Yeah, you was there and Brino was there. But Thomas Extreme showed up. He was there. I mean, shit, if I'd have stopped and ate breakfast, he would have probably beat me there.
Right? Now,
the guy has so much of my respect.
Now, I'm gonna pull the curtain back on this statement. I ain't never seen a talent walk into the room, look at the card, and move the line for saying, "No, I'm not winning today."
Yeah.
And take it off of himself.
Yeah.
I ain't never seen that.
I have.
I have now.
That was the first time in 35 years I'd ever seen that.
Wow. Unreal.
That guy loves this business so much. And if you're not booking him, shame on you.
Right.
He deserves to be booked everywhere.
He's a fantastic young talent.
Yeah. And the
Let's
guy,
see.
you know, I've heard in other shows. I'm not going to mention their name because I don't bury people. But he's worked on shows. Be the first person there, put together the ring, put up the chairs, go eat lunch, come back, clean up. You know, do everything he's supposed to do. Stay and be the last person to leave, and a show not even pay him. That's the kind of talent he is.
Right.
I mean, I can't say enough good things about him. And that as a promoter. And a lot of guys might not like him is probably because they're stupid.
Well, you also got to figure that they don't want to work that hard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, if I can climb my old ass in there and work with him for as long as I did, anybody can do it because that guy is amazing.
Oh, yeah. Now, we got some comments to add in here.
Mm-hmm.
I never provoke Scott. He's always the first one to say my name. You saw it. See, Brino chiming in. You're right, Brino. You didn't say his name. He came in here talking his shit for no reason. Watch. I'll bet you, bottom dollar, old boy's going to have some slanderous shit on his page tonight about me and this show and Brino and King Enterprises. And, you know, it's slander. Slander.
Well, apparently,
Let's
I'm
see.
a train wreck.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and you're a train wreck.
Mm-hmm.
Can the guy even get out of his house long enough to see a train? Does he know what a train looks like now?
Oh, come on, guy.
Dylan Ghazi said, greatest hardcore weapon I ever seen was when a fan bought a pinata that was full of thumbtacks and Legos. That's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Extreme is honestly one of the nicest, realest, just all around guys I've met in this business so far. That's right, Ghazi, he is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Thomas, man, do you have anything else you'd like to add for the show this evening?
Man, I'll tell you what. I just hope everybody comes out. It's free, so you ain't even. I mean, it's way less than a tank, a gallon of gas.
Yeah.
Great talent on it. Come on, Brino's there. The Terror Kings, Black Society, Whiskey Business, Sweet Dreams, Cam Jackson. How can you have a card like this and nobody show? If you don't show up to this and it's free, you're not a wrestling fan, dude.
Dude, it is going to be a badass show. I am excited. I've already told everybody who needs to be here that the convoy leaves at 9 a.m. If you ain't here, you driving your damn self. Because right. I'm not going to be late.
I'm looking forward to seeing Brino. That's my dude. I'm sorry. I broke kayfabe. He's my dude. I like Brino.
Oh man, and he always makes an entrance. He always makes an entrance everywhere he goes.
Yep, he does. And that's the thing is my job as a promoter is to push guys like this. And that's what I'm doing. I mean, you saw the last show. Where else are you going to go to a show and be able to sit and wrestle in front of 5 legends?
Dude.
If one guy didn't go back there and say, hey, did y'all happen to see my match? How was it going? Y'all need to quit wrestling. You had free tutorship right there.
Man, I'm going to tell you this. I had a hell of a conversation with Big Country at that show.
Oh, yeah. Big Country.
Everybody else there. I mean, I talked to Sam outside. I had stepped outside to choke on my header here. And Sam was over there by the door. And, I was, hey, sir, how you doing? Chatted with him for a few minutes. And he kind of looked at me like I was odd because I was in my ring announcer bit. And I said, well, yeah, man. He goes, all right, so you actually dress up to do the ring announcing. That's classic style. That looks good. Like, yep. Cool. So, but just real nice, down to earth guy.
Mm-hmm. I've known Sam for over 30 years.
Man, getting the chance to talk with Bobby and Jackie, obviously getting a chance to talk to Ricky. I talk to George every time I see George South.
Yep.
And Kerry's just as humble as he can be.
Let me tell you, Morton. Kerry Morton in the next 5 years will be one of the top stars in wrestling. His ability is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's not, you're going to see him on TV. I'm going to say he's on top of a promotion. The dude has charisma, ability. He's one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet.
Oh, I agree with that wholeheartedly.
And the kid he's 20 years old. He's already in the NWA.
Right.
And people say, well, he did that because of his dad. You know what? He didn't need his dad to get there. That kid can do it.
Right.
I've had many conversations with Kerry over the years. And the kid is somebody, I guarantee you, he's going to be on top of a promotion. Not just in a promotion, a big promotion. He's going to be on top of it because of the way he works.
Yeah, he seemed to be very solid, and man, Kerry's just good in the ring, man. We got the opportunity to see him twice that weekend.
Yeah, Kerry's awesome.
Yeah, he can go. He can go for damn sure.
And Ricky, that's my dude. You know,
right.
I can't enough good stuff about old Punky.
Oh yeah, guys. He said, "I'll do my best to be there, Thomas."
All right, cool.
Then he also said, "People can say last name is why all they want. Kerry's legit good."
Yeah. I mean that guy. If he's not at least the Intercontinental Champion or United States Champion or whatever AEW's got going on, I ain't sure. But if he's that in 5 years, then you don't know wrestling. The guy is that good.
Oh, I agree entirely. Now, look at this clown. Reno Royce could learn a lot from Kerry Morton. Now I'm gone. Well, Mr. Larson, if you actually knew, Reno's been in the ring against Kerry's father already. But you wouldn't know that because you can't leave your house long enough to see good wrestling. It's a damn shame.
I got to step because Scott's been to Titan shows.
Okay, well, yeah, recently, the last calendar year, he can't get out. He can't get out.
He's got some health problems, and I understand.
Well, yeah, ain't nobody picking on the disabled here.
Mm-hmm.
Reno Roy said, "I would knock his ass out just like everyone else. Ain't no special treatment from me." Man, that would be a tall order there, Brino. I'd like to see that match.
Yeah, I'd like to see that, and I just happen to be a promoter.
Yeah. What was funny was, yeah, Brino and I were sitting back having a conversation not long ago on here, and Larson happened to chime in about something or other, and he was fussing about that match again. He still look. We're matches beyond that, and he's still fussing about the one with Kay Holiday. But all of a sudden he said, "Well, I'll get Jake Jacobs," and I was like, "Cool, go get Jake Jacobs to do this. I don't care. Find a promoter that's willing to pay Jake Jacobs to get his ass beat in front of a whole sold out crowd, because that's what's going to happen."
There is one more gem that I can drop.
What's that?
Pro Wrestling Savage and Titan Wrestling acquired a talent.
Oh, they did?
Yes. Has anybody heard of the Scottish Hammer, Mitch Robertson?
Mitch Robertson? Yes. Used to go by Mitch Hurley. Dude's built like a brick shithouse.
Yeah, he is now in Titan coming for Drew Hood.
Oh. Wait. Coming for Drew Hood, or he's in Savage? Because Drew Hood's the Savage champ.
I've signed him for both.
Oh shit! And now I saw Mitch go up against Drew a couple years back. I ain't never seen nobody throw Drew like that in my life.
I'm gonna tell you the thing about Mitch is I've seen him recently, and that dude makes Peterbilt look like olive oil. He,
That's
that,
a that is a tough cat.
yeah, he is. He's a. I've known him a while, and the dude looks like he walked into a bee's nest. He's so swole.
Gotcha.
He can
All
work.
right, man. Oh, what else?
You know what? I'm actually having a good time on this show, Ron. I
Well,
enjoy I have a
I
good
thank you.
every podcast that I go on, and I'm gonna stay out of the Scott Larson King Enterprises thing because I like both of y'all,
Okay,
and I love Brino, and it is wrestling. This is not ballet,
this is true.
and if Brino's got to beat a man into submission and the referee stops it, that's what happens.
I just can't believe it was Kay Holiday, and it was also Kay Holiday's first loss under High Velocity Wrestling.
Yeah, it happens.
It's it, it's
Everybody is
unreal.
3 seconds away from a loss.
Well, in this case, he was 13 blows to the back of the neck from a loss.
Yeah. Well, probably the second blow was enough.
I'm fairly confident with that.
Mm.
Let's see here. Ghazi chimed in to say hashtag truth. I'll give you the truth. We're all going to be gone one day. And all we can do until then is whatever it takes to get to the top. It's what Brino, myself, and others do every time we step in the ring. The others get left behind. Damn.
All right, Ghazi, I'm going to give you some advice. You're talking to somebody that was a hardcore wrestler for years. I'm a serious wrestler also. Kid, you and Luke both have a big future. But when you want to challenge a beast at your age, son, your career will be over. And I'll leave you behind. You might think I'm old, but I'm still mean as hell. All I'm saying, Ghazi, watch who you challenge. Get up to a point where you're able to challenge people. Concentrate on getting better at your craft. How old's this kid, Ghazi? Uh,
Man, 20, 23 maybe. He's a young man.
23. Your career's just starting. Don't make it be over before you get started. Watch what you're doing. Now, do you think I'm honestly going to hurt you, kid? First of all, I have no interest in wrestling you. I don't know you, for one. But if you ever climb in the ring with me, it'll be your last match. Point blank.
Oof.
That's the mood I've been in lately. So take my advice. It's free. Make your career long. You don't want me yet, and you damn sure don't want Lazarus, because Lazarus is a tough opponent. I've been in there with him. Let me guess. The next one you're going to try to do is Rage Davidson, Terry Houston, Necro Butcher. Kid, stick to wrestling. Learn the basics. Learn how to work first. And then, when you want to end your career, look me up.
Wow. That's those are dangerous words, man. Dangerous words.
It's not
Well, we
dangerous.
got
I'm giving him free advice.
yeah, I understand. Let's see here. Scott Larson chimed in again. I thought he was going to bed. What is he getting up with his CPAP machine and crawling over to the computer to try to talk to me some more? Ugh, the mountain over here. Give me a fucking break. Thanks, Thomas Scott. Wow. And Gazi, love you, man. You're 10 times the man Bruno Royce and Ron Emerson Jr. will ever be. Well, you know what? Sir, you literally are 10 times the man I'll ever be.
Well, I do weigh 256 pounds, and I'm 6'1", and I'm
No, not you.
okay.
Not you.
I'm just
Not you.
Listen, I love both of you guys. You know that.
This guy. He's wanting to start something with somebody who too often, not only do I have this platform, I got a live microphone in front of a crowd. I'm the dumbest one to come after. Absolutely the dumbest person to go after is me.
Is Gazi still on here?
I think he is. I don't know. I think he was. He sent me a message a few minutes ago, actually. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Sky is secretly still on the show so he can find out how to get viewers on his show. Man, that must be it. That must be it. I don't know.
Yeah.
That viewer count, something serious. That's some serious business to these guys. You give a rat's ass about viewer count.
What? I did a wrestling show one time on Facebook Live, and
Right.
And you know, everybody talks about all these views they're getting, couple of 100, 3,000 views.
Yeah.
I use nothing but local talent from Lincolnton and got 11,000 views in one night.
Wow.
Did I get any money for it? No.
No, but still, badass shit was put out.
Yeah, I put out some content. You
Here
know,
we go.
the thing is we all as a wrestling community, we should stick together. I love Cole Maccabee. They're doing great things at Cole Maccabee's Pro Wrestling Union. High Velocity Wrestling's doing great things. AWL's doing great things. Listen, everybody says there's too many shows running these days. Hey,
Yeah.
but you know what? It is what it is. The thing is there's no excuse for a wrestling fan to say that they can't find a show. XWW just did a show last night.
Right. They
Charlotte.
did.
Yeah. XWW at Lenny Boy Brewing in Charlotte.
Oh,
So
yeah.
literally you can find a show if that's what you want to do. I mean, to me, this is the way I look at it. You can't make it to Harley Davidson that night or that day to hang out with me. Well, listen, I'm going to tell you where you can go. You can go to XWW over in Monroe that day. You can go to ACCW way up in Taylorsville that night. Then on, I think you got the Welford Pavilion next week with CPW.
Oh, yeah.
You got Pro Wrestling Union constantly running. I'm constantly running shows. If you want to see wrestling, man, I'm like this. Go and watch it. Because, I mean, you're not going to see way too many promoters out there sponsoring other shows. And telling people, hey, you can't make it to mine. Here, let me tell you where you can go if you can make it to this one.
Right.
That's the problem with wrestling today. A lot of promoters, except for a few, are all out about themselves, and they don't care about what other people's going through. If we all work together, guess what? Guess how much more money we could make?
This is true. All it takes is one chat room to say, hey, here's the calendar for the year.
Yeah.
Let's build around it.
I mean, you got so many good promotions out there these days. You got AML, you got American Lucha, you got USA Main Event about to come back, you got Ground Zero Wrestling, you got Cam Jackson's Entertainment, you got XWW, you got HVW, AWL, CPW, Pro Wrestling Union. You know, you can see wrestling. That's just to name a few off the top of my head. And you know, if you don't like one, you know, try another one.
Right.
Get out there and support it. If other promoters would do that, we'd all make money. Hey, and as bad as I hate to say it, if you want to go see a consistent show, every Saturday night there's APW. I'm sorry, it may be bad, it may be terrible wrestling, it may not be.
I don't know. I've never been there. So I can't say anything. I'm just like, really?
But I'm telling you, if you want to go see wrestling, it's there these days. Yep. It's not like it was during the pandemic when I was the only show running. And you know what? I even call that. I'm putting out content every week, and I catch flack for it.
Well,
but you know what? It's cool. I'm cool with that. You know, even Orangeburg's got wrestling. And what's that show? AWS down there? All Wrestling Showcase or
Alternative Wrestling Showcase. You got them. You've got Championship Wrestling with Attitude or Champion Attitude something. You got them. You got Palmetto down there in Lexington, Columbia.
Exactly. There's wrestling all over the place.
And there's wrestling everywhere.
And you know these shows are. You know why these shows are struggling to keep going? It's because nobody tells where they're at. What I mean by that is, okay, say I'm running in Charlotte tonight, and you're down in Marion,
right?
And it happens to be an HVW show. I'm going to tell you, hey, go check that show out. Go. And I'd hope that these promoters would do the same for me.
Right.
It's called
mutual respect.
Mutual respect and working together. That's a lot of stuff that we don't see in wrestling. Me and Bobby Fulton was on the phone today talking about this. Back when I was coming into wrestling in 88 and 89, and Bobby Fulton was touring and stuff, and I was wrestling for South Atlantic and PWF and all that. Dude, we didn't have a lot of promotions out then, but we all worked together. We didn't cut each other's throat.
Right.
And I mean, I get it. Everybody wants to make money, but how are you going to make money continuously cutting other people's throat? And this drama on Facebook, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I've had enough of it. If you don't like a promotion or you don't want to be in a promotion, here's an idea, guys. Don't go. You ain't got to put your feelings out on Facebook because that's not for the fans to hear.
Right. They just want to know where they can see you.
Exactly. Just tell where you are going to be at. And here's the thing. Get out there and promote yourselves. Guys don't do that enough anymore.
Right.
And you know, people say, oh, well, he don't know what he's talking about. He's old and he never really made it anywhere. Buddy, you've never walked a mile in my shoes. You don't know what I've been through and what I've done. I've got people out there, big name people, that can sit there and tell you who I am. I hate the drama. It's killing me.
I feel like the drama's been the worst part of this since even I've gotten in. I've been like, and I've done my best to avoid it. But occasionally, you get some fake ass hacks who, you know, posers, unoriginal, and you get these guys and they just want to try everything you're doing. Everything you do gets mocked by somebody else, and they do a piss poor job of doing the same thing you did. Exactly. And then their hands are in there like, well, why didn't I get that? Well, it's not just because you're not original; it's also because you aren't any good. That might be part of it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I get a lot of guys these days, Ron, that'll call me that I know talk shit about me in the past and didn't want to be on my shows when I was running in parking lots and this and that and the other, doing what I. And I'm not going to mention names. There was even promoters that talked shit about me while I was trying to run in parking lots and keep wrestling alive during the pandemic. You know, those
Right.
same ended up coming back to me and asking me could they rent my building when I had a building. The same promoter that called me unprofessional when I didn't have a ring or a building or anything like that, come and ask me could he rent from me because he didn't have a building, a ring, or anything.
Well, hey, and at that rate, that dollar spends the same way, don't it?
Exactly.
It don't give a shit. I don't care whether they like me or not. They pay me. I'm doing my job.
I smiled and I said, it's $350 for one night.
There it
I,
is.
I could have been an asshole and said, you know what, you're never wrestling in my building. But I didn't.
Right.
There's guys in this business that I truly don't like, but can I work a match with them? Hell yeah, I can. Because
That's
I'm professional.
right. Uh, do I like everybody I announce in the ring? No, of course not. But I'm paid to do a task. I'm going to do my job, whether they like it or not. I could give two shits about them.
Exactly, and that's where I'm at these days, man. And it's like, you know, I'm out here beating my head, posting stuff up. I'm sharing posters from other. Ron, you've seen my page.
I know.
I post posters up for other people's shows. I know Cole Maccabee, he'll talk good about my shows. Jimmy Ward, he's posted them. You posted my posters. I posted everybody else's posters.
Right.
But it's a rare few that'll post mine.
Oh, what blows my mind is another thing that blows my mind because you mentioned that. The same goes with shows like this, live shows and interviews and things like that. All these people and all these views, and you don't get any shares out of it
Mm-hmm.
because they want to know what you're doing so they can try to mimic it,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't want to share it because they don't want other people not paying attention to them.
Well, you know, and that's like me and you've had a talk before, and I've heard people say, "Oh, well, Thomas doesn't have the best production." Okay, I don't. I don't have the money for that because I'm too busy paying fucking talent. I'm getting real talent out at shows. So, if you want to hate on me, fucking hate. I don't give a fucking rat's ass. You know what I'm doing? Here's my. How much money you think I'm honestly losing? Because I'm doing something that you're not.
Right.
I'm marketing. I got vendors paying me to come out and set up at my shows. Hey, you know that concession stand that you're worried about making your $12 on? Hey, I got somebody giving me $75 to run it, and I ain't got to worry about it. I go
Exactly.
get sponsors to pay for these guys. How much money you think's coming out of my bank account?
Very little.
Very little, because I'm smarter than most. I've already
There
been
you
there.
go.
You can sit there and say all this. Do I worry about production? Probably not. Would I like it if I had the money? Yes. But I'm too worried about getting out the best performers for that area, the best talent I can find, and getting them.
Right.
So you can say whatever in the fuck you want about me. You can say I don't pay, but ask anybody that's ever been in my fucking locker room. They get paid. They get paid. Here's a kicker. They get paid before the show.
Yes, they have. Oh, it was shit. Let's see. You signed me.
Mm-hmm.
You hit me up within that week telling me you already had the money and
Mm-hmm.
started asking me about Snap or Cash App or whatever. And I said, man, I don't use none of that shit. We'll worry about it at the show.
Mm-hmm.
And then you hit me up right before the show. You said, hey, man, did you get you a Snap Cash App or whatever? No, dude, I don't use that shit. You're like, all right, well, I got your envelope then. And that was it. And this was 3 months, 2 or 3 months from 1 to 2. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, dude, that's one thing about it, man. I don't have an issue getting paid.
They ain't nobody out there can say I don't pay them.
Nope.
And I've heard the talk. People tell me shit that people saying. You know what? Ask any of the guys that's ever worked for me. They get paid.
Oh, I got no problem buying that. I got no problem believing that. I know for a fact. I've seen it. I've
Yeah.
been there.
I mean, actually, 2 days before the show, I start paying people on Cash App.
Right.
I mean, hell, you don't believe me? Ask Ricky Morton. Ask Kerry Morton. Ask Breno Royce. Ask Chase Embry. Ask Sweet Dreams. Ask the Whiskey Business. Ask Zay Vega. Ask Jordan Holt. Any guy I've ever dealt with will tell you that I pay them and they never have a problem.
Right.
And you know, I'm sorry, I'm venting a little bit, and I'm sorry, wrong. I shouldn't be, but I do get tired of it. You know,
And
and this is the thing: is I'm not even going to bash the promoters that said that about me. I'm not even going to bash them. Matter of fact, I've already promoted them.
Jesus, man.
So if you think I'm stepping on your toes, I probably fucking am, and I hope it hurts.
Well, we got some comments to catch up on, and then I'm gonna take this thing home, man.
All right, brother.
Michael King said Larson is the worst hide and seek player in the world. Yes, it is. He very is. Very much so is the worst hide and seek player in the world. Brino laughed at that. Ghazi said the stream completely dropped out as soon as Thomas tried to talk to me. I've been playing catch up. But Larson, don't try to turn me and Brino against each other. We haven't even met yet. Larson said, well, you're lucky, Ghazi. And Ghazi turned around and said, I doubt that. Brino seems like a well-spoken man. I'd love to have a conversation with him. Ghazi, it's one of those occasions where it's well worth the time. It is very well worth your time to have that conversation, to do that. Hang on, man. This guy. What in the hell is this? What does he want? It's like I can't never get out of this shit. There you go. Let's see here. Speaking of sweet dreams, what the fuck is going on here?
He always tells me I suck. He sucks.
Yeah, he said it.
Yeah, I'm used to it.
Man,
He
this
tell me I suck, so I'm used to it.
right. This program is locking up something serious tonight, man.
Yeah.
I'll catch up on the comments the other way. Let's see here. He said, yep, Sweet Dream said you suck. Michael King said, let's update your logo and put Brino on your poster, and everyone will start sharing your posters. Dylan or Ghazi said, my net will not stop dropping this stream, I swear. Sweet Dreams came back in and said, bashing, you can't do nothing about it.
Yeah, I know what he's talking about. That's my buddy. I love Dream.
Yeah. I'm still trying to get the comment section to unlock. This program has fully shit the bed tonight. Well, that sucks. Well, I'll have to do this the hard way then. Coming up this Saturday at Speedway Harley Davidson in Concord, North Carolina, 1 p.m. bell time. Titan Wrestling Southside will be taking place right there. It's a memorial show. I reshared the video that was muted earlier on this program. Like I said, StreamYard and Facebook are having a time tonight. I'm excited for that. Coming up next weekend, the 24th, we'll be at the Welford Pavilion for CPW Presents Takeover. This is a dual promoted show. It has talent from American Wrestling League, Pro Wrestling Union, including a Pro Wrestling Union heavyweight title fight between DH, Drew Hood, and HD, and Lodi. You're also going to have the White Claw Outlaws versus the NAV in a grudge match. You will see Brino Royce versus Bebop, Buggy, and Johnny Ryder. You're going to see the Foundation versus Corey Sparks and Jordan Holt. And you're going to see the main event. I believe it's the main event of the evening is a 4-way elimination tag team matchup, which is going to include the other guys, Snort Snodgrass and his partner Keith Mack, going up against the Heart Killers, going up against, hey, that thing finally popped up. That's only 20 minutes too late.
Yeah.
Going up against, where the hell was I at? Oh, going up against the Heart Killers, going up against the other, let's see, I already said the other guys. Oh, up against Soul Patrol, which is Sweet Dreams and Black Cat Dion Johnson, going up against Daddy Daughter Dance.
Yeah, I'm gonna Black Cat on that one. Sweet Dreams sucks.
Okay. Let's see here. We've also got coming up the following weekend after that one, we'll be at His Pro Wrestling on the. God, this program tonight is shitting the bed, dude. It's killing me. It's going haywire. This looks amateur hour as fuck.
I see Drew Hood and Lodi.
Yeah, Drew Hood and Lodi. Let's see here. We got His Pro Wrestling taking place the weekend after that on the 30th, which is going to include Dion Johnson versus one of the Koloffs.
Neil Koloff.
Then we've got the Holly Cup coming up October the 1st. That's going to be in Gilkey at the Gilkey Community Center, Gilkey School Center. It's over off of Gilkey School Road. That place is wild. The acoustics in that building are pretty badass. Not going to deny that. There's a double header, but they're too far away for me to make both shows. So I will be in Silva, North Carolina for Shop with a Cop 2. That's being done under Heroes to Legends. After that, you've got Super Clash. AWL presents Super Clash. King Enterprises is on the card. Antonio Morgan, looks like Mitch Robertson, Luca Daniels, and Crucifix Greek.
Yeah. Awesome guy.
Oh yeah. I've only seen him once. But I've never actually seen him work. I've just seen him in person one time. Let's see here. We've got the Monsters Brawl coming up. That's October the 29th. There's also High Velocity Wrestling Fearless. I don't have the ability to get the poster up because, as you can tell, everything's acting stupid tonight on this damn program. But, guys, if you need to know where to go, you follow me to the show. That's how it works. That is 100% how it works. The show this weekend is all about charity, man. This is all about charity and helping out those families who had to bury their loved ones, and they had to do it right there around Mother's Day.
Well, one of them was
bad enough.
Mother's Day.
What?
One was actually buried on Mother's Day.
Right. That's horrible. Exactly. It's terrible. But either way, man, I hope everybody enjoyed the show tonight. Thomas, thank you very much for your time. It is hitting the witching hour, and it is time for me to hit the shower. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. Keep your eyes on those socials. Hit that like, share, subscribe buttons. I don't care if it's Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, MySpace, or I don't use Instagram, but, whatever. Yeah. We'll figure it out in the long run. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and good night.